Good afternoon, everybody. We'll use today's video to chat about a little movie franchise known as Frozen. Frozen. Now, guys, uh, as all of us know, Frozen 2 just hit theaters all over the world this past Friday, and it actually gotten a mixed reaction from the older public audience. So, some people like Andre from Black Nerd Comedy, or other people like Doug and Rob from Channel Awesome on think that this movie is good or bad. Andre thinking that the movie's fine, and Doug and Rob thinking that the movie's bad. And I can't judge either movie because I still have yet to be able to bring myself to sit through the entirety of the first one. But I just wanted to talk about the impact that Frozen has had overall as a franchise, and whether or not I think that Chuck and Jennifer could potentially squeeze out a third adventure for Olaf, Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, and the rest of Arendelle. And now let's get the Frozen 3 talk out of the way. From an interview that I saw, Chuck and Jennifer do a few days ago, or maybe it was earlier in the week. That they pretty much have said that for right now they see Frozen 2 being the final chapter in the story. But they do also confess that that they could have never imagined that there being a second installment in Frozen's world. Now, just in terms of what Frozen has become in terms of a pop culture icon, I mean, this type of a Disney animated movie response especially hasn't really been felt to this degree. Some people say since The Lion King, which me being born in '96, I just missed Lion King fever by a few years. However, I do think that the mania that Frozen has created is something that perhaps does equal and even surpass the Lion King. But and this is just my opinion, guys. Nothing, in my opinion, not even Olaf, can ever come close to the impact that the Toy Story franchise has had on the world. But I will say, Frozen has done one thing very, very, very strong. and that is the ability to market Olaf as the cute and adorable sidekick and make him a fucking merchandise mascot. I mean, come on. You can't tell me anybody that is a fan of Frozen and is around the target age that Frozen wants to cover, which is everybody that may have been born or 3 or 4 around 2013, and those people now have 6 years of age behind them, and now they finally get to experience. They finally get to go back to the movies and see Olaf, Kristoff, Kristoff, and everybody else in Arendelle on the big screen again, which means the Frozen hysteria in terms of merchandise will continue. Now, even though, as I just stated a few minutes ago, even though I have not been able to fully finish Frozen 1 and absolutely do not have any intention of seeing Frozen 2 in theaters, I can tell you, just based on the reviews and impressions and the synopsis that I've been seeing from other people sharing what they think of the movie, here's where I think Frozen 2 falters, and where those mixed reactions from people like Andre from Black Nerd Comedy, or Doug and Rob from Channel Awesome, which by the way, shout outs to both of those channels. Well, more so of a shout out to Doug from Channel Awesome. But yeah, guys, Frozen 2 being kind of a deeper origin story for Anna and Elsa's relationship, and how it was actually their grandfather that put the dam that seals the enchanted forest away from the rest of Arendelle, and the fact that the silent voice that Elsa's been hearing calling to her to basically break down the dam and free all the people of the enchanted forest is her mom, and just Anna and Elsa's growth as characters, with Elsa finally being able to gain more control and understanding, and learning to embrace her ice power, and Anna finally being able to stand on her own 2 feet as a woman and as a person. I feel like that is something. While it is an interesting concept, I feel like an origin story that, or more like a character study that has that much growth, should have been something that you address in the original. Now, like I said, the enchanted forest part of the movie, and it being Anna and Elsa's own family bloodline that discovered and sealed off the enchanted forest to the rest of the kingdom of Arendelle. That is interesting, but that is something that you could have done in the original movie. Now that's not taking anything away from the massive success of Frozen #1. In fact, in fact, in fact, in fact, I, 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 I was watching a box office prediction video, and by the end of Frozen's global run throughout the rest of this holiday season, and probably in particular the Christmas season, which still, in my opinion, tramples this boring holiday of Thanksgiving. But by the end of this holiday season, that video predicts that, in fact, Frozen 2 will gross $1 billion worldwide. Now again, in terms of Frozen 2's overall plot, yes, I can personally say that even though I won't be checking out the movie until it gets dropped on GameCartoon.com or eventually on Disney Plus, I can say that I don't think that you reward audiences with who have waited 6 years to see an actual full-on Frozen sequel, not a short, not an half an hour special that was supposed to air on ABC originally, but instead ended up showing before the movie Coco, and ended up getting pulled by all theaters soon after because of backlash. Not any of that, not any shorts, not any weird CGI Disney princesses movie. People have the audience, that child and adult, that Frozen made a connection with. November the 22nd, 2013. I don't think that you follow up a 6-year gap in between releases with an origin story, and more importantly, Anna and Elsa being more comfortable with their power is something that should have been mostly addressed and tied up at the end of the original Frozen. And in fact, my biggest problem with Frozen 2, and actually for a lot of other people, is in fact that the ending of Frozen 2 straight up copies and rips off the Nickelodeon's legendary series Avatar: The Last Airbender, because, guys, the ending of Frozen 2 is this. Elsa decides that she can't leave the people of the Enchanted Forest alone again. or so Elsa decides stay to stay in the enchanted forest, and Anna, which I may or may not have said this a minute ago, and if I did, I apologize, everyone. Anna basically becomes the new queen of Arendale's kingdom, and basically Anna and Elsa now are the bridge that not only connects the enchanted forest and Arendelle together, but it now maintains balance in the world. And in my opinion, while yes, it is a very creative idea, I think that it is playing out a little kind of underwhelming, and almost kind of like not really plagiarism, because that deals with writing and not movie making, but I think it's a little kind of lukewarm that Anna and Elsa have basically become the avatar of Frozen's universe, and my biggest problem with that is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I mean Aang's, and I mean the original Avatar with Aang, not the Legend of Korra, not the abomination that was The Last Airbender, released in 2010. I mean the original 2005 to 2008 genius that was Avatar. Anna and Elsa are basically copying and ripping off Aang, because now Elsa can't leave the enchanted forest, and or at least that seems as though that's what people are kind of chalking it up to be, and Anna, now being the new queen of the kingdom, can just obviously go to the enchanted forest and visit Elsa, because just like Avatar, if one of them leaves, that bridge is unbalanced, and as we all know, if one side of that balance, but between the forest and Arendale's kingdom, if that balance is interrupted or shifted again by one of them deciding to leave to go visit the other, then that puts at risk the people of the enchanted forest being kind of banished and sealed away again. So in a way, Frozen 2 copies and rips off one of the most legendary cartoon shows of the early 2000s, guys. And while I do not blame Jennifer or Chuck at all, I do think that they could have come up with a bit more of an original ending than that. But and that's where I don't believe that at least for right now, that there will be a Frozen 3, because just for that reason, How can there be a third movie when Anna and Elsa have both ma- 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 made the decision to separate, and and each of them individually, again as people that now fully understand that they're that that fully have confidence in themselves and each other as women and as people. How could you make a third movie where they both have made the decision to to, to step up and protect both sides of their kingdom? And the fact that if Elsa leaves, um, the enchanted forest could become lost again, and if Anna were to ever leave, then obviously Arendelle as a kingdom would would be without its queen, and, and just like a bridge cannot stand unless it has two stable sides. A kingdom and a group of people, a team, if you will, cannot stand at least well unless they have a good, strong leader, whether that be male or female. So basically, guys, the only way that I could see a third movie happening is if it's either focused on Olaf or Kristoff more, or or maybe Jen and Chuck decide to somewhat throw out the ending of Frozen 2 and maybe make it so for one last time the two sisters and members of the royal family of Arendelle can come together one last time, because well, basically, guys, it would have to be the same situation that Toy Story 4 found itself in back when it was first announced back in 2014, I believe. And that is Jennifer and Chuck are going to have to somehow have a light bulb goddamn eureka moment where they think of a story or a concept that they think could potentially turn into a story that needs to be told. Because with 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 Frozen 2 basically ending, but the way it does, with both sisters sort of accepting newer roles in their lives, it 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 it's basically like, I don't see at least at any given point, from anything I've heard, from all reviews I've seen, that Jennifer and Chuck are going to have to basically have a moment like John did for Toy Story 4 originally, where they both, or one of them, thinks of idea that's so good, like the like basically they have to come up with a story that they feel like has to be told. That is the only way I can see there being a third Frozen, unless unless a third installment would you be sort of focused on what Olaf's new purpose is. But here is the other side of that. Even though Frozen may or might, at least for the foreseeable future, even if a third movie is up in the air as an answer, that doesn't mean that there can't be more specials. And and personally, guys, again, I I I do think that what Frozen's been able to do for to end this to sort of come into the final week of this the 2010s decade and 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 and, and bring us a modern day Lion King like hysteria or like a just something this groundbreaking that did touch a lot of people is amazing. And yeah, guys, that's basically all I got. At the end of the day, I still do not think that that Frozen will ever be, have have the same impact that something like Toy Story did. Because, guys, in my opinion, I still think that is Disney's greatest achievement ever because because unlike Frozen, where its main mascot has been Olaf in terms of merchandising, just what Toy Story and Lion King and Elle, even Cars or something like that, has been able to do with their marketing. It doesn't mean that Frozen, as a movie and as a franchise, has had any less impact on their target audiences and for the demographic that Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 have now been created for. To them, this uh, uh this is the this is the 2010 boomer. This is the younger 2010 generation of something like Lion King, of something like Toy Story, of something like Cars. This is the late 2010 decade version of that one special franchise that literally came out of nowhere and literally swept the world and truly became a pop culture phenomenon. So to that, my hats off to Jennifer Lee and Chuck Buck. But again, guys, Frozen, whether we get any more content, whether it be a third movie or more short or more specials, or if they go the route like um, older Disney movies would. But maybe the next step in Frozen's journey would be a Frozen or Olaf TV show. Hey, for for a TV show, I I I could see maybe that working because that doesn't have to worry about continuity and that could be a way that also the franchise survives. Now, to be honest, guys, I think the one major champion of Frozen's old franchise is their marketing. But like I said, that marketing technique is thanks to Olaf. But 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 anyway, guys, we're now officially at the 31-minute mark. If you've stuck around to this point in the video, I want to say that thanks a lot for doing so, and yeah, again, Anna, Elsa, Olaf, Kristoff, let's just see what happens. And by the way, Elsa and Anna, I think Aang, you guys owe Aang some money. So again, guys, Frozen will carry on one way or another, but its future is up in the air at best.